What's up, wonderful people, and welcome to Bible Elations, where you'll find engaging Bible quizzes. If I asked you to tell me which of these Bible stories comes first, how quickly could you figure it out? I'll give you a second. All right, good. What if I then asked you to put the remaining stories in order? How quickly could you do that? I'll give you another second. Have you figured it out? I hope so. Here's a correct answer. Now, what if I challenge you to do it again? How well do you think you'd do? Not sure? Well, let's find out. For this quiz, you'll have 20 questions and 10 seconds to identify which came first. As a bonus, you'll get 3 additional seconds to place the remaining events for each question in order. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1. Which came first? The 10 Commandments are given, Israel crossing the Red Sea, or Jethro advises Moses. The answer is Israel crossing the Red Sea. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Jethro advises Moses, and the 10 Commandments are given. Number 2. Which came first? Abraham and Lot separate, the Tower of Babel, or the Great Flood? The answer is the Great Flood. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the Tower of Babel, followed by Abraham and Lot separate. Number 3. Which came first? Abraham offers Isaac, Laban tricks Jacob, and Esau sells his birthright. The answer is Abraham offers Isaac. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Esau sells his birthright, followed by Laban tricks Jacob. Number 4. Which came first? Samuel resigns as judge over Israel, Samuel anoints Saul, or Samuel anoints David? The answer is Samuel anoints Saul. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Samuel resigns as judge over Israel, followed by Samuel anoints David. Number 5. Which came first? Jesus walks on water, Jesus calms the storm, or Jesus fed 5,000? The answer is Jesus calms the storm. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Jesus fed the 5,000, followed by Jesus walks on water. Number 6. Which came first? Little children are brought to Jesus, Mary anoints Jesus. James and John want to be honored. The answer is little children are brought to Jesus. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is James and John want to be honored, followed by Mary anoints Jesus. Number 7. Which came first? Jonah disobeys God, a little slave girl helps Naaman, or Elijah is fed by ravens? The answer is Elijah is fed by ravens. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is a little slave girl helps Naaman, followed by Jonah disobeys God. Number 8. Which came first? The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, the Great Flood, or the Tower of Babel? The answer is the Great Flood. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the Tower of Babel, followed by the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Number 9. Which came first? Joseph's family moved to Egypt, Joseph becomes a slave, or Joseph's dream comes true? The answer is Joseph becomes a slave. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Joseph's dream comes true, followed by Joseph's family moves to Egypt. Number 10. Which came first? The golden calf, God writes the commandments again, or quail for complaining Israel? The answer is the golden calf. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is God writes the commandment again, followed by quail for complaining Israel. Number 11. Which came first? Joshua is tricked by strangers, crossing the Jordan, or the walls of Jericho? The answer is crossing the Jordan. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the walls of Jericho, followed by Joshua is tricked by strangers. Number 12. Which came first? Samson and Delilah, Ruth and Naomi, or Gideon and the fleece? The answer is Gideon and the fleece. For the bonus, place the remaining items in order. The answer is Samson and Delilah, followed by Ruth and Naomi. Number 13. Which came first? Saul on the road to Damascus, Stephen is stoned, or an angel lets Peter out of prison? The answer is Stephen is stoned. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Saul on the road to Damascus, followed by an angel lets Peter out of prison. Number 14. Which came first? Daniel in the lion's den, the handwriting on the wall, or the fiery furnace? The answer is the fiery furnace. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the handwriting on the wall, followed by Daniel in the lion's den. Number 15. Which came first? God spares Hezekiah's life, Esther goes to the king, or Esther becomes queen? The answer is God spares Hezekiah's life. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Esther becomes queen, followed by Esther goes to the king. Number 16. Which came first? The budding of Aaron's rod, Korah rebels, or water from the rock? The answer is Korah rebels. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the budding of Aaron's rod, followed by water from the rock. Number 17. Which came first? Achan's sin, the sun and moon stand still, or Rahab helps the spies? The answer is Rahab helps the spies. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Achan's sin, followed by the sun and moon stand still. Number 18. Which came first? The road to Emmaus, Jesus rides into Jerusalem as king, or doubting Thomas? The answer is Jesus rides into Jerusalem as king. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the road to Emmaus, followed by doubting Thomas. Number 19. Which came first? Peter and John in prison, the day of Pentecost, or the lame man at Gate Beautiful? The answer is the day of Pentecost. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is the lame man at Gate Beautiful, followed by Peter and John in prison. Last question, number 20. Which came first? Peter's vision, Cornelius calls for Peter, or Saul's conversion? The answer is Saul's conversion. For the bonus, put the remaining items in order. The answer is Cornelius calls for Peter, followed by Peter's vision. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quiz on which came first. Do you have any particular interests that you'd like to see on this channel? If you do, be sure to share what you're interested in seeing in the comments. If you liked this video, please share, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe so you're notified of future videos. Until next time, God bless and take care.